Well, hello there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a nice day wherever you are at. Usually, at this point in time, we make season review. For those that do not know, season review is when I go over the leaderboard, just check where people are at, give some generalized thoughts about the season, how it went, and in the end portion, I discuss the VP ratio. I usually keep track of the VP ratio just to, you know, have an idea where things are going with the play to earn in this game. And yeah, some people like that type of discussion, so I just put it in the video. So yeah, let's get into it. It is approximately 13 hours and 36 minutes till the season turns over. And usually I make this video fairly early due to the fact that at that point in time when the season turns over, usually I have a lot of things going on. It is pretty hard for me to make the video closer, although, you know, I could definitely try that in the future, trying to make it closer. Although I do not expect too many wild changes in the placements of the leaderboard. With that being said, let's start scrolling just to keep a nice record of who is where. I don't really expect too many changes, as you can see, like maybe 15 and 16 could swap. They are very close, but not too many people are gonna be swapping spots, especially for the critical spots where the reward changes, like number 50. There's not, well, in between 50 and 51 there is a small change, so maybe those will change. There seems to be like a tight little spread there. So whoever is on those spots, my recommendation to you guys is to be a little bit more consistent, meaning that during the entire season, try to play the same amount of games every single day. Try to squeeze in a good amount of manual games. Auto is very convenient, but often auto results in lower win rates. So I could get more wins if I am playing manually than if I am playing on auto. So if you do that throughout the entire season, you should get a lot better results. So with that said, what are my thoughts on this season? Well, this season has been insanely competitive. Ever since the offers started dropping by, there has been a lot of competition. So, like for example, KNZ. KNC a few seasons back, if you look at prior season review videos, like the first or the second one, I was calling him an underdog. Okay, he was getting strong, but he wasn't able to defeat me at that point in time. But now he is third. He's third place, and he is third place by a decent margin. Okay, he has a decent lead, so that is, in my humble opinion, how you get third place. I was very close in prior seasons to third place. However, I never actually got third place because the people, I wasn't like head and shoulders above the competition, meaning that people could still beat me uh, if they tried hard enough. It wasn't like it was like impossible. Like some people, they maybe beat Nomad like 1 out of 100 games, or AK99 1 out of 100 games. So KMZ is kind of like that. For example, maybe if I get lucky, I can beat him 1 out of every 50 games, maybe. But I need to get lucky with some dodges here and there. Definitely, it's that's kind of how you get third place. It's not gonna be because you got it by 100 points. Although I think last season, if I'm not mistaken, Giga got third place. He kind of squeezed the last few points in the very last, hour of the season. So he kind of cheesed that one a little bit. But yeah, on average, you would have to be like a couple thousand points above the fourth place if you want to make sure that you get third place. It's not going to be that easy all the time, or at least it's not going to be that close. Obviously, it's not easy, but it's not going to be that close. So those are my thoughts on the season. Now I'm going to get to the VP portion of the video. So here's what I noticed. This season, the VP ratio was 398.05. Okay, so on average, you would have to earn 398 VP to get 1 GAWA. So what does this mean? Okay, there are 2 components of this formula. Number 1, it is the amount of VP. So the amount of VP in total can go up and down based on the amount of battles that are played. So if people get more NFTs, they get more battles. If they get more battles, they have an opportunity to get more VP. I expect that this is going to be going up over time, meaning that people over time are going to have more NFTs and thus more battles. So that could be one explanation for the high VP ratio on average. Another explanation could be that the game is not making as much money. That could certainly be another explanation. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know which is true because I do not have all the information. I just keep the VP ratio, and the VP ratio on average this season was considerably higher than in prior seasons. So I have to acknowledge that there is something there, but I do not know the reason for that something. Okay, so every person has their own opinions on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it is there, and hopefully the increased competition is the reason. Hopefully, because the increased competition, at least that is something that we can expect. You would expect people to be stronger. You would expect people to be having more NFTs, whether they buy them or they just mint new NFTs by getting more scrolls every season. You have to at least assume at least one person made it to 26 scrolls, so they are minting new NFTs every single season. So that metric in and of itself will be going up normally. If the game earnings don't rise significantly enough, then you could see a future where the earnings drop. So that makes sense. The earnings, I think, did come up with the offers. The offers did add sort of like a second layer of spending to the game, and maybe what happens usually, in a market-driven economy is that when something goes up, aka earnings, then the market will try to capture those earnings. So you see the people that I highlighted earlier, like KNZ, a few seasons back, it was Grayson. SKD also had a nice improvement in his team. You see Cooler Ruler showing up more often. So that, to me, what that says is that there is some increase in earnings, or there was some increase in earnings. But, the more competition, the more of these guys that show up to fight, the less the earnings gonna be for everybody else, okay? On average. So, yes, it is a good thing and a bad thing. Ironically so, the least competition, the more earnings per person, the more competition, the less earnings per person. It is what it is. Some people have said that they wanted competition. Well, here it is. Here's the competition. So with that said, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna turn out, but I don't want it to be too long. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. I have a Discord down in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please, join my Discord. We would love to have you there. We have a pretty nice community over there. So with that said, GG's. I'll catch you guys later.